Man, I ain't even gonna hold you, man. In all the years I've been watching boxing, that's about 30 plus years. Man, I can't remember the last time I've had this much low interest in boxing as I've had lately. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all, man. First and foremost, COVID really set things back, you know what I'm saying? A lot of fights haven't or can't be made for whatever reason, you know? But these new age boxers, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. These guys, fuck these guys. Fellas like Teofimo Lopez. That's one lame, corny ass dude. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. At least to me, you know what I'm saying? You check it, cause I'm from a different era of boxing, and guys like Teofimo Lopez. Look, man, I had no problem with the kid when he was beating the likes of Richard Comey, or even when he beat the man Lomachenko. But all of a sudden, did I make that video, maybe a month ago? The two biggest divas in boxing? This dude now has surpassed diva status, you know what I mean? This dude is a full-blown cornball, full-blown lame-o, you know what I mean? I just seen a video of this guy talking about he's an undisputed champion. Now he's trying to say that, oh, Mauricio Suleiman said I am, and he's showing he got 2 WBC straps. What the hell does that matter? Because like I said, I see Ryan Garcia walking around with a replica WBC belt he got off of eBay. What does it all matter? You know what I mean? You can fool the casuals. You could fool the fanboys. But we already know how this thing goes, you know what I mean? We know how the thing's set, you know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez talking about he's the undisputed champion at lightweight. Boy, please. Boy, please. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no undisputed champion at lightweight. First and foremost, Mauricio Suleiman said it out of his own face that Teofimo Lopez, Vasil Lomachenko requested to have the WBC franchise title in order not to have mandatories and also not fight Devin Haney, who was the champion in recess at the time because of his bad shoulder. I've been watching boxing for a very long time. It's not the first time I've ever seen anybody win a world title on a vacant status, you know what I'm saying? Like 2 fighters fighting for a belt, nobody was a champion. Whoever wins this fight is not a champion. Okay? And that's how Devin Haney won his title, okay? Who did he fight for that strap, man? I can't even remember. I remember the fight. I don't remember the guy's name. It was some Mexican guy that Devin Haney did a number on. You know what I mean? He did a job on and knocked this dude out. But, like I said in that video, or even a previous video I made maybe 2-3 months ago, it's imperative that this man, Teofimo Lopez, corny ass, fight a Devin Haney. Otherwise, you know what they're going to say, that the man Teofimo Lopez beat an old man. Now, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez are age mates, you know what I mean? They peers. They're from the same, they in their early 20s, you know what I mean? This guy Teofimo Lopez coming here bragging, talking about, hey, you got sunned, you got played, dude, man. Do you want to fight the guy or not? That's what it comes down to. Do you want to fight him or not? If this dude is an email champ, like you say, then go ahead and take that WBC strap off of him and call yourself undisputed. If anybody thought that Teofimo Lopez was not going to fight George Kambosos next, then you don't know shit about boxing. If anybody thought that the man Ryan Garcia was going to fight anybody with a pulse, including the likes of Gervonta Davis and or Devin Haney next, boy, you out your goddamn mind. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with boxing these days, man. These guys are actually making me lose interest in boxing. I don't get it twisted. I'm going to watch the fights. But it's not really the fights we want to see. These corny ass fighters are not giving us the fights we want to see. Like I said, man, I don't even know if this kid Teofimo Lopez from Brooklyn, he don't got that characteristics of a Brooklyn type dude. Till this day, I don't even know what part of BK he from. You know what I mean? And that's neither here nor there. But this guy just doesn't have. He just doesn't have that aura of a fighter who wants to fight the best. If you thought that this guy wasn't gonna fight George Kambosos next, then you're sadly mistaken. You know what I mean? He had to come on there on the internet straight up on that interview I heard. I believe it was on Fight Hype, talking about he's fought back to back to back top 5, top 10 fighters. No, that's what we're not going to do. If you want to say back to back, sure. Teofimo Lopez beating Richard Comey and Vasyl Lomachenko, but back to back to back, no, that's what we're not going to do. Nakatani wasn't no top 10, top 5 maybe he was in some sanctioning bodies, but we ain't talking about top 10 in any sanctioning body. We're talking about the top 10 best lightweights in the world. And at that particular moment, Nakatani was an unknown commodity. So we're not going to say that that guy was a top 5, top 10 candidate, which he wasn't. If you want to say Richard Comey was and Vasyl, be my guest, because that's actually the truth. But Teofimo Lopez, and also Vasyl Lomachenko goes in the same realm too, because he requested for the franchise belt. The WBC is manipulating these guys and the boxing game, got their money, and these boxers, look, these boxers are dummies because they're the ones being played by the sanctioning body. Yeah, Mauricio Suleiman and them grabbing 3% off of Devin Haney, 3% off of every fight off of Teofimo Lopez, as well as 3% off of Ryan Garcia. Yeah, if these boxers were really about their life and really want to settle the score and really want to prove to the world that there's only one champion in the WBC, undisputed status, if Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney want to get it on, I believe Devin Haney wants that fight bad. He definitely wants it more than Teofimo Lopez. Am I lying? Or would y'all think that the man Teofimo Lopez really wants smoke with the man Devin Haney? If he did, he would try to get an exemption. Because you can. Yeah, you absolutely can get an exemption to bypass your mandatory and fight for undisputed. The IBF will not interfere with that. All you got to do is go through the proper channels and make that shit happen. Yeah. I watched years ago, 2012 and beyond, when Carl Froch had that IBF strap. His mandatory was Adonis Stevenson, and he did everything in his power with his promoter Eddie Hearn to avoid that fight. You know what I mean? To the point where Carl Froch was on the verge of really vacating that IBF super middleweight strap in order not to face his mandatory, who was Adonis Stevenson, who was knocking on the door hard like he wants his opportunity to fight for that 168-pound title. It's just by the grace of God that the man Adonis Stevenson got a fight at a higher weight class, taking a bigger risk, going up in weight to fight a pound-for-pound fighter at the time, and Chad Dawson. Sure, Chad Dawson had just come off a loss where he went down to 168, but we talking about at 175. And sure enough, that man Chad Dawson was a pound-for-pound fighter. You can't tell me no different, you know? And that's the only reason the man Carl Froch kept his IBF strap. I watched Errol Spence. I'm sorry, not Errol Spence. What's the guy's name? Kell Brook. Yeah. Kell Brook get 2 exemptions in order not to face his mandatory at the time, which was Errol Spence. You know what I mean? Yeah, he went up 2 weight classes to fight Triple G. Dumb decision. And I'm going to tell you like this. In the last 10 years I've been watching boxing, guys like Eddie Hearn, he's really like a guy who will put his fighters in there knowing damn well that they're going to lose, which is okay. This is boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been showing y'all how he's been putting in guys like Rocky Feldon. He's been feeding them to Canelo, Danny Jacobs, all these guys that he's promoting. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's because of the paper, the money that they're gonna make. You know what I mean? It's not that he's really trying to put his fighters in fights that they can possibly win. He's putting them in fights just so he could get his cut, which is a big chunk of any fighter that he promotes, obviously, right? And that's the same case that happened with the man Errol Spence. He had to fight two eliminators because Kell Brook didn't want no smoke with him at the time, till his back was against the wall, and they thought they'd have an advantage in Sheffield when Errol Spence had to travel across seas to get that IBF strap. And it was a close fight up until the stoppage. It went 11 rounds. By the time it was in the ninth round, it was still a very close fight. So that's what I'm saying. That's my point. That he can really, Teofimo Lopez could really get an exemption. All he got to do is go through the proper channels to go ahead and make this undisputed fight with Devin Haney. But nah, he want to face his mandatory. And I have no problem whatsoever. B-Marsh Boxing, if you know me, I have no problem with fellas fighting they mandatory. But just be real about it. Stop pump faking out here. Trying to sell, trying to sell people dreams, boxing fan dreams, like you really want to fight the man Devin Haney. Then you get a WBC belt, and you say, oh, Mauricio Suleiman said, Mauricio, come on. Somebody came in my comment section talking that nut-ass shit one time. What Mauricio Suleiman said. I don't give a fuck about the WBC, any of these sanctioning bodies. You know what I mean? Look, I've had criticism on Teddy Atlas for tugging on the UFC's nuts, right? Now, I really can't even blame him because that boxing has become a sport where it's such a renegade sport. People just making up the rules as they go. You know what I mean? And believe you me, Teofimo Lopez is not the only cornball out there in boxing. You know, these guys, he's now beyond diva status. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? This guy is now on his own. He's just, I don't know, man. I'm just disgusted by what I seen from that video on Fight Hype. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, who do the fans want to see Teofimo Lopez fight? Devin Haney or George Kambosos? That's what it comes down to. And these fighters are not trying to give us the fights that we want. 2021 is shaping up to be a bad year in boxing, y'all. And we only 2 months in. Basically, not even a whole 2 months. We're only basically like 5 weeks in. You know what I mean? And if at some point this man, Teofimo Lopez, he's been talking about he has only 2 fights left at 135 pounds. Why wouldn't one of these fights at least be with Devin Haney to really claim undisputed status? So that's where we at right now with this lightweight situation, you know what I mean? Look, a lot of these divisions have great fights to be made. A lot of these divisions are stacked. But it doesn't mean a damn thing. Doesn't mean nothing if these fighters are not trying to fight each other. And as of right now, boxing, in the first 5 weeks of boxing in 2021, oh man, we got Cannoli fighting this Yildirim guy, dude coming off a loss, and the man Cannoli's supposed to be a not WBC, but the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet. Somebody he requested to fight, Yildirim. Boy, boxing is full of shit these days, man. And I'm not gonna say I'm losing a passion for boxing, because the great thing about boxing, we still got old fights that I could go back and watch. Millions of fights, do some homework, learn more about old school shit. And that's where I've been at for a little while with this boxing shit, because these new modern age boxers, they can't hold a torch or a candle to what fellas was about back in the day. You know what I mean? And that's where we at. B-Marsh Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. And tell me in the comment section what y'all think about this lame-o cornball. Teofimo Lopez, who's really, and his fans, any of his fans who are defending this fuck shit that this man Teofimo Lopez is on, then y'all the ones, y'all bad for the sport too. And that's where we at. Be Marsh Boxley, your thoughts and comments. We out of here.